Hey guys, we are back for another review, and today we're looking at something that is not an action figure, but is definitely action figure related. And in the spirit of full disclosure, this item was sent to me for review, so just be aware of that before we talk about this. So what we're looking at today is from HappyCat Industries and ZagToys. So this is a set of 18 different 1/12 scale food-based accessories. Well, except for one, there's a cell phone in here as well. But we have got a whole smattering of accessories here that you can use for toy photography, just for display, for whatever really. But they're meant to fit in the hands of your Legends, your Black Series, your Motu, figure arts, stuff like that. And it comes on a blister card. It's got a kind of generic looking package because it's not a licensed thing, so they've got their own artwork going on. So super action stuff, the Super Foodie series, and then on the back it gives you a detailed list of everything that includes inside the package. And there's a lot of weird little things that it says here. So like the donut, give your fingers a reason to live. Hot dog, don't ask what's in it. It's got all kinds of weird little quips on there about the products that are inside. So let's do it. Let's pull these guys out and take a look. All right, guys, so here are the accessories. Well, not really out of their package, but they're sitting in their tray, so they've been opened. And this obviously isn't going to be the longest review I've ever done. There's not a ton to talk about here, but we do have, 18 different things to talk about. So I'm just going to run through what we've got here, and then at the end, I'll show a bunch of photography with characters holding them. But as far as what this set contains, I mean, it's basically what you see is what you get. This is very much something that is geared towards the 1/12 scale figure collector. Now, obviously, you can get stuff like this, onesie, twosie kind of things all over the internet, eBay, various other websites, hobby stores, things like that. But this was definitely meant with, a Legends collector, a Motu collector, Star Wars collector in mind. So stuff that you would give your figures that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise. So let's just run through what we've got here. So we've got a pizza box, we have got a soda can, we have got a generic beer bottle, we have got a very Simpsons looking beer stein, we have got an ice cream cone, a pink donut, a pizza slice, we've got a shawarma, which is obviously an Avengers thing, we've got a taco, we've got an apple, we've got a banana, we've got a bottle of water, a phone, another beer can, we've got a whiskey bottle, a big leg of turkey, and then we've got a hot dog, and then we have got finally a chimichanga, and I'm sure you know who that's for. So in terms of the overall look and feel of these things, I do think that for the most part, a lot of them are sculpted very nicely, and I do think a lot of them are painted very nicely. I do have some that I like more than others, and there are some that I'm probably not really going to use. The whiskey bottle is probably one I'm not going to use. Something about it just looks a little odd to me, and I think ultimately what it is that it looks kind of cartoony. And that was kind of my fear going into these, is that I thought they might be on the cartoony side and not maybe the realistic side. Not that a lot of the food items that I have in my collection are realistic anyway, but some of them are a little more accentuated than others, like the donut or the ice cream or the stein of beer in particular. Very much looks like something I'd see Homer Simpson holding, which isn't a bad thing if you're putting it in a Simpson hand. But some of the other characters, it might look kind of weird. The turkey leg looks kind of cartoony as well, but it also works at the same time. I do like the pizza box. I think it is sculpted perfectly. It's not too heavy. It's not too light, so characters can hold it just fine. The phone is a better phone than we got with the Gwenpool figure from Legends for sure. The taco, I think, is pretty much on par with what we got from Deadpool. I do like the shawarma thing. Obviously, that's an ode to the Avengers. There's no way it's not. And then the chimichanga is obviously meant for Deadpool. I do think that the bottles and cans are probably my favorite aspect of this, and I really dig the banana for some reason. I don't know why, but it is sculpted very nicely. You can see it's got a lot of ridges on the actual flesh of the banana. You've got the peel coming off of it. So that one works really well, but I'm probably going to use the bottles and cans the most, at least in terms of pictures and things like that. I normally don't display figures with stuff like that in their hands, but I'm all for giving them things like this to take pictures for. So in general, I think ultimately what this is going to come down to for people is price versus perceived value. These things fluctuate between 17 and 20 bucks is what I've seen on the Amazon listing, and I'll put a link to that down below. That's where you can support HappyCat Industries, buying them from Amazon. They sell on Amazon and are fulfilled by Amazon, so you get prime shipping. And I think ultimately price is going to be what it comes down to, because these are basically the cost of a new figure. So it's going to come down to either, do you want a new figure or do you want some things to accentuate your existing figures? And it's just going to come down to what you need. These are definitely geared toward people who want to have action figure photography be a forefront of what they do, or for people who just want to have some weird, quirky little things on their desk or on their shelves, because these are definitely going to make your figures look a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit fun. You know, you're not going to have like Thanos holding a pizza in any normal display. That's something fun to do, change things up a little bit. So I can dig what's going on here. Some are better than others again. You know, like I said, I don't really like that whiskey bottle too much. And then in general, they're painted and sculpted pretty well. They do appear a little bit on the cartoony side, so maybe a little bit more realism down the road for Wave 2, Wave 3, if more of these continue. But I think for the right person, these are going to be an added bonus to your collection. It's just a nice way to get a bunch of random stuff that all kind of correspond to the same thing. They're all very much food-centric, with the exception of that phone, but I really get why that's in there. It makes sense. A lot of people will make use of that for sure. So that's going to do it for this look at the Super Foodie series, super action stuff from HappyCat Industries and ZagToys. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time, guys.